Right, he could be making up the nurse totally too.
That's true. Just to make him sound more credible, maybe. Like it's not just me.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought there were pictures.
That was fake. That came out as
Yeah,
fake. The alien
fine.
autopsy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fine.
Yes. So in 2007, Donald Schmidt and Tom Carey, who were the guests on that podcast I was listening to, published the book Witness to Roswell, and that predominantly featured a document that was supposedly a sworn affidavit by Walter Haut, who had written the first Army press release about the Roswell crash. The document alleged to have been left by Haut and opened only after his death. So like he wrote this and then he said open this when I die.
Hmm.
Included a description of the 1947 crash debris having been discussed by high-ranking staff and how Hote had seen alien bodies. The claims, however, drew an unimpressed response even from ufologists.
What? Why?
I don't know. Dennis Balthazar, I don't know, said that the document was not written by him and that by 2000, Hout's mental state was such that he could not even recall basic details about his past, making the details contained in the affidavit seem dubious.
Hmm.
Physicist and skeptic Dave Thomas commented, "Is Roswell still the best UFO incident? If it is, UFO proponents should be very, very worried."
Wow, the shade. What? Who
I
is this
know.
Dennis person? How does he know Hote?
I mean, I think he's a ufologist, and
Oh,
these guys are like sharks. Like they badger the people involved in this like
no.
constantly. Interview, 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 talk to me and tell me what you can, and everyone's just like, I literally can't tell you anything.
Hmm. That sucks.
But like this is their like job, I guess, because they're
Yeah,
writing these books, so
that's
all they
true.
have to do is bug people.
Right.
No shade to ufologists, but you gotta admit that's all you have to do.
Yeah, or like just look at the sky.
This is when the ufologists are gonna team up against us and take us down. We're gonna get canceled by the ufologists because I
What?
don't respect them.
Maybe, yeah, maybe I'll cut that out.
No, you can leave it.
Oh my God. I don't want to get canceled by ufologists. I believe in aliens.
I do
I
too.
just don't want to see them.
Right, they can stay where they are.
Yeah, I feel like if they show themselves, then they're just gonna kill us. That's what we would do.
Absolutely. On October 26, 2007, Bill Richardson, who at the time was a candidate for the Democratic Party nomination for president, was asked about releasing the government files on Roswell. Richardson responded that when he was a congressman, he attempted to get this information on behalf of his New Mexico constituents, but was told both by the Department of Defense and the Los Alamos lab that the information was classified. That ticked me off, he said. The government doesn't tell the truth as much as it should on a lot of issues. He promised to work on opening the files if he was elected president.
Wow.
He did
Obviously
not.
not, yeah.
Right. It's weird that they're still classified because I would have to think that anything else that it could have been at this point would, like, they can talk about it now.
Right. Has to be aliens then.
Right. I mean, why else wouldn't they? Usually I feel like they only declassify stuff when it accidentally comes out, though. Like when someone makes a statement and then they're like, yeah, this is definitely true, then the government will
Mm,
unclassify it because the cat's already out of the bag.
I guess. But don't they? I thought they did classify stuff that's just not even relevant anymore. Like, how is this still relevant?
I don't know. I guess it must be aliens then, right? Because why wouldn't they? Like, this has been something that people go crazy for. Why can't they just, if it's not it, tell us what it actually is?
Yeah, because at this point, if it was some secret, like, flying disc thing that they're working on themselves, like that, It'd be around at this point, or it was
I
trashed.
think like they would also there they'd be like over it at this point. Like there's no
Yeah,
way technology they were using that they created then, if that's what it was, or even if it was Russian spies, like they would definitely have it's obsolete. There's no way
right.
it's still relevant. So I
Yeah.
guess that's a good
Point for aliens.
yeah, point for aliens. And kind of backtracking here. In 1991, General Thomas Jefferson Dubose was interviewed by Donald Schmidt, the author of that book, who he was at the time he was second in charge of the Air Force Base in Fort Worth, who the Roswell group reported to, and he said that the weather balloon story was fake and that they just put it out to get the press like off the story because they just needed them to not pay attention to it.
Hmm. Aliens.
Yeah. And this was said before they came out and said it was the listening device, but
Oh,
so he openly admitted it was wrong, like a lie.
right.
So just a few other little tidbits I found. Jesse Marcel, the original Roswell investigator, later talked about the almost supernatural strength of the materials recovered, saying that it was not anything of this earth. Other senior military figures have also spoken out about the incident. General Arthur E. Exon was reported as saying that the overall consensus was that the pieces were from space. Everyone from the White House on down knew that what we had found was not of this world within 24 hours of finding it.
What?
That's like a bold statement.
That's crazy to say. Yeah. Wow. There has to be aliens.
I know, what else could it be? Or
Yeah.
someone has some super secret material
Hmm.
that we still can't figure out and we're still working on it, but that just
Yeah.
doesn't seem relevant to me. I don't know. There's just no way whatever they were doing then is still relevant unless it's aliens because technology's changed so much.
Yeah. That was almost 80 years ago.
Right.
So, how would we have not figured it out by now?
I believe it.
I think it is aliens. How dare the
Yeah.
ufologists say Roswell's not a good proponent of aliens?
Right? And then in 2011, journalist Annie Jacobson published a book that um, is arguably the most sensational theory of all, titled Area 51: An Uncensored History of America's Top Secret Military Base. It suggests that Soviet forces faked an alien crash at Roswell in hopes of triggering a national panic like the one that followed the Orson Welles radio version of the War of the Worlds in 1938.
Hmm.
The theory proposes that Joseph Stalin recruited none other than Joseph Mengele, the infamous SS doctor who performed human experiments during World War II. Mengele allegedly created fake aliens to be planted with the fake spacecraft by modifying human beings who were neither aliens nor consenting airmen, but human guinea pigs. Unsurprisingly, the particular explanation has been widely criticized and outright mocked,
Yeah.
but it's a testament to how Roswell has developed from a local news story to a piece of modern folklore, shared and embellished in ways that continue to fascinate all these years later.
Hmm. Yeah, I definitely don't believe that part of it.
I okay, I kind of believe that they would fake a UFO. Like I don't know if they had a doctor make fake alien bodies, but I wouldn't be surprised if they did that. They were doing some crazy things.
But how would it get here, I guess?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like launched
They could have
it?
dropped
Oh,
it.
dropped it.
Yeah,
Dropped it from an aircraft or
airplane. I
something.
don't know. Just weird, but I mean, I'm not opposed to that theory because look at like, I don't know if you're familiar with the War of the Worlds situation, but
Yeah.
everyone freaked out. Like, they could easily do that.
But not everyone freaked out about this, did they, at the time?
No,
Wasn't,
I think it didn't go according to plan.
yeah, it wasn't national news.
It was a little bit when they first said aliens, and then I think the press was like, hold on, wait, and then they quickly said, no, 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 it's not aliens. Forget
Yeah.
we said that.
I don't know, I could see it being aliens and they just don't want us to freak out. So they changed the story a bunch.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe people were already freaking out too much without like any of the details.
Yeah,
So they're like, we can't do this right now.
right. I think it is aliens.
You think it is? I don't know. I feel like there are other alien stories that are like more compelling than this one, but I guess the fact that they haven't declassified any of it, maybe it was just botched so horribly that it would be like a huge disgrace on American history if like it came out how badly they messed it up,
I
or
mean,
like how
maybe, yeah.
close we were to something bad happening. But
Right.
other things have come out that were a lot more embarrassing than this.
Yeah, the fact that so many other things have been declassified is what gets me. Like, how has this still not been declassified? Like, almost 80 years.
I don't know. Should we file a Freedom of Information
Will
Act?
they do that?
I'm sure it happens like every month. There has to be someone filing. You know what I mean?
I'm sure, yeah, that's true.
But maybe soon.
Yeah, I don't see how it could be relevant. Like, why not release it at this point unless it is aliens and everyone would freak out?
They should. They should release it. Even if it is aliens, everyone would just be like, okay.
Yeah, at this point, you can't really surprise us anymore. Now would be a perfect time.
Yeah, they did that,
Yeah, I
didn't
thought they
they?
did.
Say that like, and basically everyone just went,
Yeah, oh, just another Tuesday.
yeah, I think something like that. I want to say it was more vague, that it wasn't like there are aliens, and I think they acknowledged UFOs. Well,
Yeah.
what do they call them? AEPs now or something? AE.
Yeah, aerial phenomena, but there's another word that I'm missing.
Un-
Unknown?
EAPs. No, UAPs. Unknown aerial phenomenon.
Yeah, something aerial phenomena. Yeah, just UFO by another name.
Everyone's listening to this pissed off at us right now.
We can look it up real fast.
It's UAPs, I think it is.
I mean, is that just because, yeah, unidentified aerial phenomena task force. The government has a task force that was founded last year.
They had Project. I always want to call it Blue Book.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe it is Blue Book. There's Blue Book and Blue Beam. I think Blue Book was the one to look into all of this.
I think it was, yeah.
I mean, there were enough of these that they did look into it, but they always found a way to explain it away. That's an episode I want to do too, but some of these classified ones get tough.
Yeah.
Because you don't know who to believe.
I don't know why I thought there was more that was declassified at this point, but
I kind of thought so too, but really all we have is the story and a bunch of speculation from sketchy eyewitnesses.
that in itself is weird.
Yeah, it is weird. I
So,
guess that is proof. I immediately thought it was the military from the start, but I think I've been converted.
I swayed you.
Yeah, well, it's the fact that it's still classified is what,
Yes, that's what I'm thinking.
and I didn't really think of it that way.
Right. Yeah, now they have a task force. The task force should release what happened at Roswell.
Yeah, or like, how have there not been congressional hearings? Come on.
They're too worried about TikTok.
Oh my god.
We don't have time to talk about.
Yeah, we
Don't
don't.
we have a space force now? Or
We
something?
do. We do.
There's something they're not telling us.
I can't believe they called it that.
Space Force?
Yeah, that sounds embarrassing.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of
I
like,
guess Air Force, like,
yeah, air, space.
I think the longer it's like a thing, the more seriously you take it. But